Good morning. So, the dragons have been trying to come out for a couple of days, and that's my fault. I've been neglecting them quite a bit because I don't know. I don't know why I've been neglecting the dragons. I feel like there's been, I don't know, other messages or something that have been wanting to come out, but they've been calling to me for the last couple of days. You may have noticed a reflection of that in the collective readings every morning. But I have Tarot of the Dragons out right now. And let's just see what they have to say. I also want to take this opportunity to give my thanks and gratitude to everybody who's liked and commented on my videos the last couple of days. I know that these messages are few and far between right this moment because not that I haven't been feeling inspired. It's just that it's hard for me to want to sit here and get in front of the camera every single day. And I know, as per the algorithm, you get more views the more videos that you post, but while I do care about my views, I hate making shorts, and that's where most of my views come from. So it's just easier for me to do 1, 2, or maybe even 3 videos a week and do it during my days off, which is also giving me the opportunity to, when I wake up at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, to go back to bed for a couple of hours, kind of do the daily reading, go to sleep, reflect on it. And a lot of times I'll either get a download or a message when I go back to bed, or I get insight or whatever. So, all right. We have the Star. Page of Pentacles, the Emperor, the King of Cups, and the Five of Swords. Let's see if I can adjust this light. I've got a bad glare on the cards. Hold on. All right, I guess no matter what way I slice it, there's going to be a glare. So we've got the Star with Judgment challenging it. There's an awakening that the collective is avoiding. So, in the past, collective came into this energy of leadership, logic, power, intellect, with the Emperor, stability and sovereignty. Coming into the future with the King of Cups, There's a lot of blue here, which makes me think of the throat chakra. I speak. Oh. All right. So you stepped into a leadership role. You gained knowledge. You gained power. You gained wisdom and clarity. And in that, you were given healing and hope and inspiration. However, you're refusing an awakening. You're refusing an ascension. You're essentially refusing Spirit's call to push you into a new role. You're being pushed into a new leadership role. In the future, you've got the Sire of Cups. The King of Cups. You're being pushed back into, your intuition, creativity. The King of Cups is, while he's very loving and intuitive, he's also very quiet. And he keeps his emotions to himself. Stoic is the word. All right. The overarching energy here, we have the Page of Pentacles. This is a very slow-moving energy. This is a message of abundance. Or this is a message reminding you that you've done a shitload of work to get into this healing, and why in the hell are you refusing Spirit's call? The underlying energy, we have the Five of Swords. God, there is a wicked glare from the ring light today. Five of Swords. Okay. I'm hearing we who wrestle with God. Oh. Huh. Hold on. All right, real sorry about that. So, all right. There's a message here about staying curious. And connecting with your higher self. We who wrestle with God. All right. somebody in the collective is going through a deep transformation right now, and you're being guided to a new beginning, a very new beginning. This could be new work, new health, new life. But you're struggling. You're having conflicting thoughts. There's conflict. And when I heard we who wrestle with God, it made me think about Jacob. And how Jacob wrestled with God and broke his hip. And there's kind of a message here with, like, when you're struggling, it doesn't make sense to fight against the energy. Instead, okay. Better example. When I was a kid growing up, my mom used to raise and train horses. We bred Appaloosas, and in fact, our founding stallion for the for New Promise Farms was WL's Prince Sarky, and he was an awesome stallion too. He was the founding horse for our whole breeding program. In fact, my mom has one of the last mares out there, out of his bloodlines, because of all the emphasis on spaying and neutering our animals that trickled down into the equine industry, and all of the stud horses out of his bloodline have essentially been gelded, and there's not a lot of his blood left out there. Anyway, we bred and we trained, and so I've got this deep ingrained belief, or I don't even know if it's a belief at this point. It's more like it's part of me. It's ingrained, and I do it with the dogs every day at work. Don't fight against them. Move with them. When you've got a 1,500-pound animal, you know, and you're trying to throw a saddle on and it's dancing all over the place, you learn how to move with them. It's also a principle of, I think it's Tai Chi. You flow with the enemy. So you're constantly moving with instead of fighting against. There's a message here about that. Staying curious and moving with spirit. Staying in the flow. Quit wrestling with your higher self. You've done a lot of healing and you're fighting against your emotional maturity. Okay. There's something about your new beginnings. Okay, yesterday I made a comment about how we're all changing and we're all evolving, and I've talked about him before, my friend at work, Terry, who is very, very Christian, to the point of believing that everything in the Bible is 100% true. But I'm starting to notice his change. And we were having a conversation yesterday about the voice and how faith comes by hearing. And the hearing is the voice. And he posed the question of will our bodies still be able to breathe when they transcend into the next realm? And I had said to him, I was like, well, you know, like I pretty much flow freely between the 3D and the 5D. And I know that when I'm in the astral, I have no conception of breath. I'm sure that breathing is something that, like, we do without thinking about it, even when we're in our astral bodies. But our astral bodies are so completely different from our physical bodies. Anyway, I was like, you know, we're going to be transformed. We're going to be transformed here. And we're transforming now. This baptism by fire the baptism by fire is not something like the earth is going to catch fire and everybody's going to be burned away. This is like the trials and tribulations that we go through in life. And then gaining our faith, gaining knowledge through those trials and transformations. I meant to say trials and tribulations, but I'll take it. And me specifically, like, I know that my life is completely different now. Like, we're talking about baptism by fire on a whole nother level. And, but I had to give in. I had to learn to go with the flow, to allow the horse to dance in the cross ties and get the saddle on in a way where I'm still like moving. Instead of fighting against it, I'm working with it. That's what this is. This is also big, big throat chakra energy. There's been some healing of your voice. Your expression of self. There's been healing there. Maybe some of you watching this message are trying to start your own YouTube channels, or maybe you feel like you're being called to be motivational speakers or go out and become preachers, ministers of this new, I'm going to say new age. I absolutely hate that fucking term. I hate new age because it's deceptive. But that is kind of where us spiritualists are at right now. There's not really any category to put us in besides this new age bullshit. All right. Can you tell me about the Page of Pentacles, please, Spirit? The Empress. One more. And the Knight of Swords. So you're birthing something. All right, yeah, you're definitely birthing something with your voice. Both of these cards came out reversed, so this is some more of that we who wrestle with God energy. This is I'm not going to read them reversed, but that's how they came out. You're very, very slow to accept this new energy coming in for you. Go with the flow. Five of Swords, please. Hierophant. One more. Ooh, all right. So this is some Central American, South American energy coming through. We've got Quetzalcoatl and his pyramid, or her pyramid, whatever. I don't think the gods they have genders. I don't think they have genders. I mean, they may present themselves on Earth with genders. Ooh, and we've got the wheel reversed. The Hierophant and the wheel reversed with the Five of Swords. Yeah, so collective is resisting this change. There's some traditional wisdom that you're fighting against and resisting the change. The message here is to go with the flow. Like, this is all about going with the flow. All about going with the flow. Stop resisting. Stop resisting whatever this thing is that Spirit's guiding you to do. It has something to do with your voice. You know what it is, and you're resisting. Stop resisting. Go with the flow. The harder that you fight against it, the more pain is going to come. Maybe not physical pain, but the more you fight against it, the harder it's going to be. The Emperor, please. Hey, all right. The Nine of Cups. Seven of Swords on the Emperor, to clarify the Emperor. Sevens are about our defenses. And the Nine of Cups, that's wish fulfilled, wishes fulfilled. Clarifying the Emperor. Oh. Take down your walls. Take down your defenses just a little bit. Your boundaries, how you even got into this Emperor, Empress energy, how you even got into it is by strengthening your boundaries, strengthening your walls. People don't become rulers of empires without having huge walls and huge defenses surrounding them, moats around the castles. There is a message here in dropping your defenses, allowing yourself to become a little bit more vulnerable with Spirit in order to allow your wishes to be fulfilled. In the image of this Seven of Swords, there's an itty bitty dragon. I don't know if you can see it. See the little bitty dragon right there to the, I guess it's to my right, looking at it, is trying to steal the bone from the big dragon. And then look at all of these empty cups that are waiting to be filled with the Nine of Cups here. And she's just sitting there. Allow Spirit to come in and fill those cups. You've got walls set up and you're missing some things because you've got these walls and Spirit can't get in. There may be a little bit of allowing the internal dialogue in your brain to kind of take control, and that some of that is your ego, your shadow. There's been a lot of healing with your ego and your shadow. Instead of hiding the ego and the shadow away, we need to balance them, right? You got to balance the shadow with the higher self. Oh gosh, this is for the Sire of Cups. We have the Hanged Man and the Queen of Wands moving into the future. Two cats. This cat's trying to attack the dragon who is upside down. And here the Queen of Wands has the panther in her nest. The dark and the light. Balance of the dark and the light. In order to be able to get into this passionate, fiery energy and be a leader, a nurturing leader, you have to balance the dark and the light. The Queen of Wands, she shines her light. She shines her light, but she can be kind of a bitch. I've heard the Queen of Wands described as like the mafia queen. She's got her shit together and she knows how to take control of the family. You've got to change your perspectives on this. You've got to change your perspectives on this. Whatever this is. You have to understand that Jesus was able to heal the way he healed because he went out into the desert. He was tempted by the devil. He went out into the desert. He followed a voice. He was tempted and he won. So all of those internal struggles, all those internal battles that he wrestled with every day when he went out in the desert, 40 days of fasting, he was able to tap into the medicine so that he could help other people. Change your perspective. Change your perspective and quit resisting. What are you? Why are you trying to come off of here? The Four of Cups. Yeah. Change your perspective. Change your perspective. All right, let's pull a couple oracle cards and then we'll close this out. This is my favorite oracle deck. Mostly because the card size is the same as my tarot cards and I've got little bitty hands. It's just easier for me to work with this deck. All right, one more. All right, so we who wrestle with God, we who wrestle with our higher selves. Message here is to stop fighting it and go with the flow. What does collective need to know? Anything else? Advice for collective. Whoa. There we go. Being bullheaded. Aries energy. I'm feeling strong Aries energy. Okay. I'm going to probably read from the book for some of these cards, but we have being bullheaded, here and now, and trust in science. Go with the flow. Okay, it's very important to understand that spirituality, as I talk about it, has a lot to do with quantum physics. It's not magic, it's science. But it may seem like magic to the person who doesn't maybe understand the science, and that's very cool. Like, it's, you know, magic is very cool. It's mystical and it's surprising, and yeah. So there's something that you're being bullheaded about. I'm also seeing a lot of blue. This is third eye chakra, but there's blue, so there's something here again with the throat. But your intuition is that still small voice in the back of your head. There's a message here about not resisting the present. Continue to live in the present. There's nothing in the past that you need to worry about anymore. That's called depression. That's just what I heard. And there's nothing in the future that you need to worry about. The only thing that exists is right now. Right now is the only thing that exists. The future is illusory. The past is the past. Okay, we don't live there anymore. So, trust. And I hate that trust in science too, because that kind of brings us back to Dr. Fauci and all the bullshit with COVID. But like I said, there's nothing outside of right now. And physics kind of teaches us exactly that same thing, that time is an illusion. time is an illusion and that nothing exists except for right now. We have a lot of heart chakra stuff here, so learn to forgive without an expectation. We're forgiving for ourselves. And it is time to stand up and fight. But not out of fear, out of love. The creations that you're creating. I was just watching a podcast yesterday with Greg Braden. He's really cool. He's on, he's got a show on Gaia. But I watched a podcast yesterday with him, and he was talking about what does a fulfilled life look like to you. And he essentially said that, you know, forgiving without expectation, but also loving without expectation. Creating things and, you know, whatever these things are that you're creating. They don't have to be physical things. I mean, this is relationships, money, whatever. Creating from the heart and not from fear, because essentially there's only two forces, love and fear. And it is time for you to kind of take down some of these walls and be more heart-centered. To be more heart-centered, which means getting out of the fear with the 5 of Swords and going with the flow. Weave your reality. I know that that's so, what's the word I'm looking for? Generic. Like everybody always says, you're the creator of your own reality. But I mean, it really is true. When we project our emotions, we change the energy. So you're only going to get what you give. You're only going to get what you give. Weave your reality. There's more spiders. You guys know how much I love my spiders. Which is crazy because you're never going to see me ever pick up a fucking tarantula. But I'll play with them baby jumping spiders all day long. All the obstacles, all the perceived obstacles that you think are in your way, it's an illusion. There's a creative solution to every problem. Look at these two cards. Look how very, very similar they are. The tattoos. Whatever problems you're wrestling with, they're illusory. They don't exist. The only thing that exists is right now. Change how you feel. Understand that every problem is a lesson. My car broke down back at the end of June. I really was pissed off about that for weeks. You know, my response to that is now I still haven't got my car back. We're waiting on parts. The timing chain needs to be replaced. The water pump, because it's all run by the timing chain. We're waiting on parts. And I don't even really care. I don't. I miss driving my car. My car is fun to drive. It's a 2019 Kia Forte, and it's a 5-speed. No, it's not. It's a 6-speed. But it's fun as hell to drive. I love that car. Not to mention it's comfortable. And then Adam went and bought this 2006 Mercury Mariner, and it's like driving my Dodge all over again. It's just not fun to drive. But there was a lesson. There was a definite lesson in that car breaking down. I think I've learned it. I would hope I've learned it. There's a choice to make, and it's time to rise. Just like a phoenix rising from the ashes, something new is being birthed within your life. Stop resisting. So there's a choice to make. What are you going to do? Don't sit in stagnancy. Quit fighting against God. Move with it. All right. I love you guys. My incense is almost burned out, so I'm going to let you go for now, and I will catch you guys on the next reading. I love you.